Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's a gray and cloudy day in Nova Scotia here this evening, and there was some threat of thunder showers, but I checked the radar. I don't think it's going to hit us. But boy, is it ever humid, man. It's like a jungle in here. It is hot. I think it's like 26, feels like 29 Celsius, so that's pretty warm, man. And it's humid, so it's like walking around in a big wet blanket. But you can't let that stop you. When it's time to get in the woods, it's time to get in the woods. So off I went. I did some digital hunting and gathering on my way up the brook, and now I've drifted on up to the Overlook, overlooking the brook, and it's time for supper time, really. So I've brought my supper with me, trying something different with the fanny pack, giving that a try, seeing if I can get everything in it. And I did, man. I'm gonna set up, have some supper, relax in the woods for a little while, and maybe have a chat with you guys. So if you're into that, stick around. Okay, let's unpack here real quick. I think I've got everything I need to make supper in the woods here tonight. So I had my water attached to the outside of my pack, my fanny pack. And this was a fanny pack that Marty sent up to me, so that's really cool. It's my first time actually getting it out in the woods, and I wore it like a sling bag on the way in. It's a little bit heavy for that, but that's because of what I got into it. Otherwise, it's comfortable, it's doable. I may try it as an actual fanny pack around my waist on the way out, see how that works. Either way, what I like about it is I can carry it and my basket fairly comfortably. So I've got my stove kit, and I've got something new to show you in there that I haven't tried before, and I'll show you here when we get the stove set up. In the main compartment of my fanny pack that Marty gave me, I got my gloves because we're going to be playing with the stove with fire. I've got my supper here in a jar. I'm not going to reveal what that is just yet. I've got my mug, my insulated mug for a nice cup of tea. Did I bring tea? Yes, I brought a nice cup of tea. So I'll get the tea on the go first. And I have my canteen cup in here, and of course, my hammock chair. So I think that's all I need to get supper here in the woods tonight. So I'm going to give that a try. I also brought my basket, and with my basket, I have my sitting pad attached to that. So I'm all set, man. I'm gonna scramble around here for a few minutes, get all set up, and then I'll show you what I'm up to, man. We'll get a cup of tea on the go first, then I'll make supper. Right on. Now, as most of you know, last week, 2 weeks ago, anyway, sometime in the recent past, it was my birthday. So I treated myself and I went on the Amazon and I bought myself a little stove. I've always used DIY stoves when it came to alcohol stoves, but I've also always seen these stoves, the little Trangia clones that you get off Amazon for like, I think that was 17 bucks, right? They're pretty cool, man. So I thought, why not for 17 bucks? And because it's my birthday, I would get one. Somehow I've gotten it. There we go. So I did, and it came with that's the burner there. It came with the snuff cap, which is also a simmer ring. I don't think I'm going to need that simmer ring at all tonight. And yeah, it's got the lid on it, so you can actually close it up. It's got an O-ring inside the lid, just like all the others, to keep fuel in it. And yeah, I'm going to try to boil my tea and get supper on the go. So let's give it a try. So I noticed when I was playing with this last night, just to see how things would work, I noticed that my canteen cup really doesn't like being on here, man. Like there's only, if I put it this way, it's not really over the flame great. And this way is just doable, but super sketchy, right? So I felt like that was all pretty sketchy, so I started looking for what I could do to make it better. And I found my grate off my Ohuhu stove. If I put this like this and lay this grate down just like that, that lines up perfectly, man. So now I can just plunk my canteen cup on there and away we go. So, curious to see how this works out. So let's get the stove full and I'll light it and we will get water on the go first. So I just use solvable methyl hydrate as my fuel. I don't know how much to really put in this. My other stoves, I'd put like half of this bottle. So we'll try that. Okay. So that is ready to light right now. So I'm going to bring you guys in close for that. Okay, let's fire a spark at this and see what happens. There we go, it's lit. Put my grill on right away. Pretty tickled how well that grill fits. This is the type of stove you should wait for it to bloom too, right? I think. Like I said, I've got no experience with these types of stoves other than what I've seen on videos. It's not bloomed yet. Guess it's got to heat up before it actually starts shooting flame out the jets. The flame's really hard to see. That's kind of standard for all these stoves. I'm going to put that on while it's trying to bloom anyway. Again, tonight I got my Twinings Earl Grey tea. It really is my favorite. Sounded like we just bloomed. Not quite. Huh. Still not bloomed well yet. I didn't bring it back up, so this is going to work. If this doesn't work, I'm going home without supper. It's trying. That stove's gone full bloom there now. It has been for a while. So I was thinking, these alcohol stoves, they can be a little bit slow. And I always bring aluminum foil in case there's a bit of wind, right? So I can make a windbreak. I've been carrying this stuff around for a little while now, and there's no wind here tonight. So I'm wondering, you know what I'm thinking? Thinking I might pop this over top of my canteen cup. See if I can make a bit of a lid. Probably would have been better to shape this before the stove was going, but let's see if that speeds things up a bit. And my supper might benefit from that tonight too. Right on. Never used it for anything but a windbreak, so the stove's just humming right along now. All the jets are firing. It looks good. That looks like pretty intense heat right in the center of my canteen cup, man. Like I say, I'm really grateful that I had that grate. It fits on there perfectly. So that's the Ohuhu stove. Stick stove is where that grate came off of, which was also, that one was a gift to me. So I don't know what he cost. I don't think he was very dear though. Right on. See a lot of people using these stoves, man. But you know me, I'm all about the DIY. I'm all about not spending money you don't have to spend, right? So I've been using my DIY stoves now for a couple years anyway. Probably 3 years ago when I made my first penny stove, so we'll see. I'm not saying I'm gonna like this, I'm just excited to try it. The first alcohol stove I've ever purchased. Well, putting that lid over top of that, I got steam coming out from under that now. And I can hear things happening. I'm not going to take the lid off just yet, but can you see that steam? That lid might just be the ticket, man. I should be bringing enough aluminum foil to make a lid and a windscreen, I guess. I think there's enough there that I could do that if I had to, but very little wind here tonight. Keep an eye out behind me. In this area, I have encountered mama bear and two cubs recently. Quite a ways down the road, I encountered them, but yeah, the wind was not in their favor, so I got pretty close to them. Mama smelled me out first, and she moved away, and then the two cubs, I stood there real still, and one of the cubs got pretty close before it realized that I was there. I was kind of practicing my invisibility skills, and it got up on its hind legs and looked right at me. And I locked eyes with it, and then it got down, and then it got up and looked at me again, and I locked eyes with it again, but I didn't move, and then it realized, oh no, that's a human standing there, and he went down on all fours and slowly got out of there, right? But anyway, I was interested to find that Mama smelled me and she left first, man. I don't think she went real far because she probably wasn't sure what I was. The way the wind was going, her view of me was blocked, so. But we'll keep an eye out and be sure to be nice and noisy here tonight. Yeah, but the roar of the brook kind of cancels that out. Man, look at the steam coming off that. I'll be if that's actually boiled now. That'll be one of the faster boils I've ever had in the canteen cup. That is hard boiling. Right on. Nice. I like my tea boiled, so I'm going to let that go for a second. I'll bring you in and show you that. That's cool, man. That took no time. Try to move slow so I don't make you seasick here. Hard boil, man. Right on. I credit the lid for that. That's cool. Let's get you guys back and I'll pour this and get supper on. Okay, so let's pour the tea and then we'll get supper on. That's going strong. I still got, I would say, half my alcohol left in there. So my supper's going to taste a little wee bit like Earl Grey tea because I'm not going to bother rinsing that out. So I'm not picky at all. I will eat literally whatever is put in front of me. I am not shy about trying anything. Okay, I'll put my tea up there for now. So for supper, I got something super special, man. Kind of want to snuff that stove out, but I kind of don't too. I got more alcohol if it goes out. So my supper tonight, you know, I was in Labrador, so I'm still basking in the spoils of Labrador, man. So I got a bottled something. A lot of stuff from Labrador comes in jars like this, bottled. And this is bottled partridge soup. This is something I've never had before. And I'm going to try it here tonight in the woods, man. It's good. It's got a good amount of liquid in it. It's already cooked. I could eat it right out of the jar like this. But I'm going to heat it up in my canteen cup just because I can. Now, the fact I can't get that off is a good sign. There we go. That had a great seal, so you know that's completely good. Oops, losing my lid. Oh, that smells wild, man. It appears to have rice, turnip, and carrot, I would say, is what's in that. There we go. I got the most of it out. So let's get it going on here. I might have to use my simmer ring to slow that down. Let's see. Woo! Partridge soup is in the canteen cup. And I believe this is the first thing I've ever cooked in the canteen cup. I think I've only boiled water in it so far. That's true, man. When I did moose noodles, I used my frying pan. Right on. Let's get that heated up, man. Looks pretty good. Partridge soup for supper tonight. Nice. Oh geez, I've already got bubbles in my canteen cup. I forgot about even putting the lid back on. I'll put it on here in a second. Right on. Does that ever look good? Oh, does it ever smell good? I tell you what, I am some grateful for my mother-in-law in Labrador. That's who made this. I was talking to a fella today, and he said to my wife Rena, you know, your mother, boy, everything she cooks is the best ever. And I can agree, everything she does cook is the best ever. So, Joy, thank you very much. You set the bar pretty high, man. I don't know if that's not too hot with that on there. No, it's okay. I'm gonna let it go for a bit. Stove's still got a quarter of what I put in it. Although it seems like it might be waning a little bit. Oh well. Oh, this is such a great spot, man. Overlooking the brook. That's why I call it the Overlook. A lot of big hardwood trees around right here. It's on a side hill, right on a ravine or above a brook. So there's some really big maples here, some good sized birch, scattered softwood tree. I see a couple balsam fir, Douglas fir, balsam, I guess. Some birch, man. A couple spruce, right? Good mix of woods in here. Very nice. And this spot has no end to good seating spots. There's one there, there's one here. I've got my hammock chair set up over there. This is one of those spots that I'd really like to get into for an overnight in the hammock, man. I don't think I could pitch a tent here, so it'd be a hammock one. Coming soon, hopefully, once this weather cools off a little wee bit, man. Oh, that's starting to bubble. I'm gonna have to let that cool before I can eat it too, I bet. I can hear it making noises. Mosquitoes and stuff, although it's been really humid, mosquitoes and stuff are kind of, not too horrible. Knock on wood. I did douse myself with fly dope before I came in the woods as always, but so far not too bad, man. Horseflies and deer flies, I haven't seen any of them. Knock on wood. Oh, that's starting to bubble nice. I meant to bring pepper and forgot, but that's all right. I'll wait till that's on the go and then I'll bring you guys back, I guess. Right on. Two red squirrels just ran right up to me. Hi, guys. How are you? Oh, come here. I want to see you. There's one over there. There's the other one over there on the rock. They almost ran right on top of me. They were both, I don't know if they were chasing each other or what. Oh, there he goes. Where'd your buddy go? I'm not sharing my partridge soup with you, so forget it. They'd probably love a taste of that. Oh boy, is this ever looking like a nice soup, man. Partridge soup. I don't know if I can show you or not. Let's see. Definitely not willing to spill any of it. Looks pretty good to me. Let's have a sit in the hammock chair and see what it's all about. Stove's still running in the background. I'm just going to let it burn itself out. I know I could snuff it out, save the fuel, but there's not that much left anyway. There. Now, sit this down for a sec so I can uncup unplug my tea here. Because I want my tea cooled off enough so I can drink it as well. It's still steaming hot in my thermal cup. Have a taste. Oh boy, that's strong. That's good, man. Lining's real gray. Very good. Now let's see about this soup. That stove's still going strong, man. It's really cool. My other stoves, my DIY stoves, if I boiled water, then I would have to refill the stove, snuff it out, and refill it in order to be able to cook on it too. So to be able to do both with one fill, and I didn't fill it all the way, I don't think. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't burn my face right off. Get some carrot, some rice, and of course some partridge in the first bite. Here we go. Mmm, it's hot. Oh my goodness, that burned. It was so hot. Oh my. Wow. That is amazing. Holy moly, that's good, man. I wish you could taste it. The partridge is just delightful. Holy. Mmm. Bit of turnip that time. Oh my goodness, that's good. What a way to do it, man. Partridge soup out of a bottle. Just like that fella said, man. My wife's mom, everything she cooks is the best, I guess. Or everything's better out of a bottle. You could say that too. Mm. In the surroundings, older trees, running water, nice brook flowing down there, crashing away. Mm. Mm. This is going out for supper, man. Didn't cost me nothing but time. So while I'm swinging in my hammock chair, congratulations to Mike D from Ontario. He won the hammock chair from the hammock chair draw. That was awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad so many people commented, man. I'm glad I had the ability to, for my mom to make these chairs for me, and to be able to give them away and send one off to them. That's awesome, man. That was my birthday gift to you guys, and a great big show of appreciation for 560. I guess 63, I think now. Subscribing and following along, man. Things are just getting started, really. I'd say. And come January, I think it is, I'll be 3 years, 3 years or 4 years doing YouTube. Anyway, it's done me a world of good. I love it out here, man. Mm, mm. Well, I'm gonna shut the camera off quietly, very, very quietly. Savor every bite of this partridge soup because I'm not. It's not happening every day, right? This is my first time ever having this. It's not something you're going to the grocery store and getting. That's for sure. And that way I can make all the noises I want after every bite. I think it's gonna get noisy here for a little bit while I eat this soup, man. I'll bring this back when I get it gone. Holy moly, that was good, man. Mm-hmm. Wow. I take my tea bag out of my tea now. I think he's steeped. I'll put him in my canteen cup because I'm not leaving that in the woods. Wow. What can I say, man? Partridge soup out of a bottle. Bottled partridge soup. Who would have thought? At the Overlook. Beautiful, man. That was one of the tastiest things I've ever eaten. And yeah, Joy, if you're watching, yeah, more of that would go great. Any kind of soup you want to bottle like that, partridge, porcupine, whatever, seal, I don't care. If it tastes anything like that, it's good, man. That was great. And what a great thing to have. Like, that's a full meal, man. That was a lot. That was my supper, right? I don't eat a lot through the day. I usually only eat a bagel or something first thing in the morning with my coffee, and then I don't eat again until supper. And yeah, that is more than adequate for me. So you think that one jar, that's all I had to carry for food. It's sealed when it's bottled, right? So it's shelf stable. It doesn't need refrigerated or nothing. That's perfect, man. Let's try this tea. I left my tea bag in that whole time, so this is likely going to be strong. Mmm, nice. Strong and just the right temperature. I took the lid off a while ago while I was eating. Perfect drinking temperature, man. Right on. Well, now that I'm done making good noises, I'm going to sit here really quietly now and enjoy this cup of tea. I might introduce myself to a couple of these trees here too while I'm having my tea. Hmm. It is getting on though. It took longer than I thought I was going to digital hunting and gathering down on the brook there, but it's worth it. I caught lots of nice videos, man. You can check those out on the Instagram or the TikTok. You got to look for me on TikTok under Steve Ripley. Instagram is the Drifting Spore. But I post videos every morning pretty well. Like I try to anyway. Some weeks, right, we're at the beach on the weekends and I don't have internet, so down there usually Saturdays during the summer I don't get a video uploaded. But by the time we get back Sunday, I normally do. So I try. My goal is to upload every day a nice serene video, whatever the universe shows me. A lot of times I'll go out and do a series of videos like I did tonight and just walk up a brook and capture whatever catches my eye, right? So that's what I did there tonight. And then I came up and had my supper. So anyway, time to get quiet, enjoy this tea. Just breathe this all in, man. Be right here, right now. That's it. That's what is. Mosquitoes are starting to thicken up there now. But I am starting to sweat from my whole jar of partridge soup and my nice cup of tea, my Earl Grey tea. It's got me a little bit sweaty, so the mosquitoes are coming. That's all there is of that anyway, so. Ah, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Can't say it enough. Yeah, what a truly wonderful experience I've had here this evening. But the end of the tea means the end for me. It's time to head down the hill and head home. I've actually got something going on tonight to head home too. So I met up with a few months ago, back in spring, I guess, back in May. Met up with Rob Castingway, and him and Ben do a podcast called Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures. So I met him at Art at Night in Glasgow. We hit it off basically when we started talking to each other, right? Both into the same sort of things, and anyway. So after we talked a bit, I was on his podcast once a few months ago, and had a great time. Man, really good guys, lovely to talk to, and I really enjoyed that. That was fun. So when I got home from work, I had just gotten home from work today, and was all set up to come out on this drift. And Rob had messaged me again and asked if I would like to go on tonight to talk about my recent Sylvotherapy certification, because now I am a certified Sylvotherapist, I guess you would say, or Forest Therapy Practitioner, whatever you want to say. And yeah, so I'm happy to, man. It's a lot of this, right? I won't get into big details about Sylvotherapy and how that plays out, because I'm going to be doing Sylvotherapy sessions here in the coming weeks. Not something that I plan on videoing and putting on YouTube, right? Unless somebody really wanted me to. I don't think I would. I mean, the right person, if like Rob came on a session, I might be able to take some pictures or something of the session. But yeah, so we're going to go on there. I'm going to go on there tonight. It's tonight at 9, and that's Atlantic time, I think. Anyway, maritime time, whatever Nova Scotia time is, 9 p.m. And we'll be talking about Sylvotherapy and whatever else comes up, of course. So tune in, man. You won't catch it tonight because I won't put this video up till tomorrow, probably. But when you see this video, go over to Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures, and they do a live podcast every Wednesday night around bushcraft and the outdoors. And Rob and Ben are both super guys, man, very knowledgeable and fun to listen to, right? And if you watch on YouTube, you can you can comment as live while they're there. So if you have a question or something, you can throw it in the comments, and Rob will see it and he'll answer to the best of his ability, I'm sure. So anyway, go check them out and check out the episode that I'm on, man, where I talk about Sylvotherapy, what that's all about. And in the coming videos, we'll see more and more of it, I'm sure, as it starts becoming more of my vibrational state. So, right on. I guess I'm going to pack up. I don't want to be too late getting home. So I'm going to get cleaned up and stuff before the podcast. Just the light coming through the trees right now, man. I could stay here till dark, easy. It's shimmering off the brook down there. It's beautiful, man. I'll show you that, and then I'm going to pack up. Right on. This is what I was seeing the whole time I was sitting in my hammock chair. Brook's right down there, crashing away. What a lovely spot this is, man. Love it. Now, I ran this fanny pack kind of as like a sling bag on the way in. I wore it across my back. And it wasn't bad, man. It was pretty comfy. But on the way out, I thought I would run it as intended as a fanny pack. Get them nice and tight because I want it to ride pretty solid on there. I don't want it to bounce around too much. Feels all right. Barely tell it's there, but it's a lot lighter now too. Oh, hang on, I gotta clip my stove and my water bottle to it yet too. I carry my stove in one of these dollar store dry bags. It's like, actually, I think these ones were like $7, but I've gotten a lot of use out of it for $7. I just clip that onto there and clip my water on there. I should be good to go. And again, this is all about, I put my hammock chair in here because my dirty canteen cup's in there. I'll wash it when I get home. It's all about being able to carry my basket pretty efficiently without it being in the way. I think that fanny pack's going to work. Right on. Well, oh, I'm full right up to the brim, man. I had my partridge soup, had a beautiful cup of Twinings Earl Grey tea, man. Lovely. But most importantly, I had a beautiful bit of time in the woods. It was great. The flies are starting now that it's clearing off for some reason. I guess because I was sweating a bit. Anyway, lovely, lovely soup I had, man. I will do that again for sure. Right on. I got more spoils of Labrador too. Right? Basking in the spoils of our trip, man. So I'll be bringing stuff out that is from Labrador a lot. This is a good time to try the stuff out, man. Super happy with that stove I got myself, man. Right? I really like my DIY stoves, and I'll probably still use them from time to time. But this Trangia clone one, man, with the stove stand, I really like it. I could see me using that a lot, man. And I'm going to use it a lot, I would say. I didn't even check to see if we were under a burn ban today. I just knew I wasn't going to bother doing a fire. And that stove worked top notch, man, for that. I could have used the simmer ring, I think, but right, it was good. Absolutely perfect. The tinfoil lid worked great, man. That, I think that really reduced my boil time on my water for sure. So a lot of great things happened. Met two nice squirrels, met a couple nice trees. Like, a lot of great things have happened tonight. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. It's almost never enough, but that's enough for tonight. I'm going to head on out, get back to the car, and head her home. Remember to check out Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures, man. I'll be on the podcast tonight. I can't remember what episode they're on, but they're going on 5 years. They've been doing this podcast, so I'm really humbled to get to be a guest on it, man. It's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.